Hello, everyone, and welcome. Good to see you again. I can see quite a lot of you are already tuned in. That is fantastic. Right, so today I have a very interesting topic. It's kind of like a revisit, but I really want to re-emphasize why I need to talk about this topic today, because this could actually change your website or even be a starting point for a new journey for you. So before I continue, I just want to make sure that the sound is okay and everything is fine. Nothing is buffering and all that stuff, because I did bump up the quality of this stream to 1080p. So hopefully this should be much better stream. So let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. And also, I'd like to say welcome to everyone that has joined us. We have Peter here. We have Brenda. Brenda, good to see you. Monique, Agante, Nono, Alhaji. Fantastic. I'm glad to see you here. And I'm going to make this as interesting as I can. So just to announce a few things first before we continue. First of all, the reviews. Only one person submitted. So unfortunately, we can't dedicate a whole live stream on website reviews. So hopefully people will be submitting their websites for reviews. I don't know if they're scared or maybe not interested. I don't know. So let's give it a chance. The link to that again is in the description below. It's just macuniversity.com/reviews. So please submit your website for reviews if you want some tips on how you can improve your website. Okay. Okay, so I'm getting here. All is good. Fantastic. That's good to hear. All right. So what we're going to do as well is towards the end of this live stream, if I could ask a few of you to help me test and see if the webinar platform or the live platform that I'll be using for the future, we sort of test it and see if it works. So I'd like a few of you to help me out and help me test it to see if it really works. So that will be towards the end of this session. So and again, I would like to say welcome to everyone. I don't want to waste a lot of your time with all these announcements and stuff. Let's dive in and let me show you what we'll be working on today. So I'm just going to switch over here to my desktop, and then we can go ahead and get started. Yes, Monique, the reviews will take place on Saturdays because I think Saturdays is the best time to do these reviews. But if we don't have any reviews, we can always arrange a topic ahead of time that we can cover. So, Saturday, I will always be live. But if there's no websites to review, then, of course, we can just turn it into something else. All right, so let's get started. So today I want to talk about high converting landing pages. Okay, so now this is very important, and I believe that each and every one of you, as long as you have a website, you need to have a landing page, a dedicated page, which you can direct people to with a specific message. This is very important because judging from the websites that I've reviewed before, all these websites, they have, they're beautifully designed and all of that, but I did not remember seeing a landing page on each and every one of these websites that I created. And you know what? This is the one thing that can change your small business or even your blog. So a specific landing page with a specific call to action is very important. So I want to show you my results first, because for me to tell you that something is important and something works, I need to put it into context. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pull over the curtain and show you how this has been working for me. All right, so I'm going to switch over here to my computer and let me show you. Right, so over here, I have this landing page. For those of you that have signed into my free WordPress course, of course, you went through using this landing page. So as you can see, this is very basic. There's no, it's not even a beautiful landing page, to be honest. It's just a page with no header and no footer. So what this page is doing basically is attracting the right people that I need into my funnel or my email list. Now, why am I building this email list? Well, the email list is very, very important because this is how I get to communicate with all you guys. So let's say something happens to my YouTube channel and I get banned. I can still get in touch with you via my emails and keep you updated, right? So by relying only on social media as your strategy, that's a bad idea because I've heard of horror stories where people have been banned on their social media platforms and they have no way of contacting them. So it is very, very important for marketing purposes, keeping in touch with your audience, and also even sending out coupons, reminders, and so on. Okay, so this is why I have this landing page. So if I go back over here to my landing page, you can see the way it's been crafted is crafted in a way that it has a heading, 100% free WordPress course, right? And then the description is, learn how to design a website using WordPress in less than a day, no technical skills needed. Now, why is this important that it's designed in this way? I mean, the message itself is crafted that way because it's meant to be specific about what it is that I want to achieve for the subscriber. So it's very, very specific. So first of all, the course is 100% free. Secondly, you'll achieve this by this time, even if you are not experienced or even if you don't have any technical skills. So this takes away all the doubts and barriers of you thinking, web design, I've heard that is very difficult to do. So maybe it's not for me. So I've taken away that objection by saying, even if you are not, even if you don't have any technical skills. So this has been very, very high converting. And in fact, I want to show you now the next slide. And I'm not doing this to brag. I just want to show you how it works, okay? The importance of this in any business, any sector, okay? So now I want to show you the results of this. So over here, I have my ConvertKit account. So if I switch over here, notice here at the top, this is 5,858 subscribers, okay? Now, this is not a screenshot, by the way. This is my actual ConvertKit account. So I'm just going to switch over here to a different tab and then come back over here to my subscribers just to show you that this is a real account. So over here, when I mouse over here, to date is 5,857 and today is the 22nd of December. So as you can see, this is my account and it is how I used this specific landing page to get those to get the number of people. Right. So these 5,000 people are people that are interested in WordPress. So if you look at how I am going to try and build Mac University, or even if I wanted to sell anything, now that I have people that are interested in web design or WordPress, I can then now recommend plugins. I can recommend courses. I can recommend, so many other things that can help my business grow. So this is why it's important to have this mailing list. And it's not only for business, it's also for communication purposes. Look at what happened today. Some of you were not sure if this was starting at 11 or starting at 12. So what I did ahead of time was I crafted a quick email to say, hey, I'm going live in 5 minutes or whatever it is. So you may not see the email now, but you may be able to see the email, later on. And this is how I'm communicating with you. Now, if I just went live, I wouldn't get as much people as I would have gotten if I just went live without announcing anything. So this is how important it is to build your mailing list. So the next thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about how to create one and what sort of wording you need to add in your heading, because the heading and the description of this landing page is very important. So I'm going to give you a few examples that you can just start having ideas on how you can craft your landing pages. Ideally, I would like maybe even a time where we can have some responses where you create your landing page and then let everyone know how your landing page has performed if you haven't created a landing page before. Right, so I can see here there is Sadara saying, is this live? Yes, it's live. In fact, I've just called out your name there, so it's definitely live. Let's have a look. Okay, brilliant. So the page we're going to create doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to have all these bells and whistles. It's just a basic page, and I'm going to show you how to build this in Divi. So in fact, before I show you how to create it, I just want to make sure that I show you the actual page, the final design, and then I'll show you how to do it step by step. Okay, so again, I'm going to switch over here to my computer, and this is the page we're going to build, right? So the message here is ready to reinvent yourself. Discover the secret that I've been using. Oh, that's a typo. Right. Discover the secret that I've been using for 12 months that has transformed my relationship and my finance. Anyone can achieve this. You'll be shocked at how well this works. Now, tell me in the comments box if this message actually makes you want to know how to reinvent yourself. In fact, before you do that, I just want to fix the typo. Discover the secret that I've been using for only 12 months that has transformed my relationship and my finance. Anyone can achieve this, and you'll be shocked at how well this works. Right. So in the comments box, please respond if you think this message will make you want to find out what this secret is. Okay, I'm waiting for some responses. This message that I have here on the screen, does it make you want to find out how I have transformed my relationship and my finance? Does it make you feel like you want to sign up? So you can just say yes or no in the comments box. Yes or no. So Israel here says yes for sure. Great. I can see here that we have about 30 people watching. So Carmen says no. Okay, it'll be interesting to know why Carmen says no. So Carmen, if you can do me a favor, and Aganti as well, can you do me a favor and let us know why you wouldn't want to sign up for this message? And Sonia as well, we have no. Okay, Sagar says yes. Okay, so those that have said no, can you add a reason why you wouldn't want to know in the comments box? So we can go through that because this is part of crafting the landing page that has high conversions. So reinvent. So Monique, that's a very, very good question. Now, when you add a headline, the headline should invoke curiosity. Okay, that is very important. So the how now comes in when you sign up to get the secrets. So that's the how. So in the actual video or PDF or ebook, that is where I explain the how. Okay, so that heading is supposed to make you curious, like how, and then you get the answer when you sign up. Okay. Okay, Sonia says doesn't grab me. So there's something I'm going to explain that is very, very important here. Okay. It would help if you also say the reasons why this doesn't grab you. I mean, that will just make that will make it easier for us to sort of like go into this in more detail. Al-Haji says, showing me a snippet of what you'll get always gets me to decide if I want to join. Yes, and this comes now in the description here. So the description can go even into more detail, and this landing page can also be a video where you can, like give examples of what it is that they're going to get when they download. But the idea here is to state a promise. So there's more. Okay, Aganta here has a very good response. Let's see. I feel that the text is too unspecific. Nobody. Something shorter to grab me so that I need. Right. Israel here. Okay. All these are very, very good comments. Now, I'm going to add to this. So first of all, I showed you my landing page. Okay. So on my landing page here, it doesn't really show you, anything here. It's just a statement. Learn how to design websites using WordPress in less than a day. No technical skills needed. Okay. And then here I re-emphasize and say the WordPress Mastery course is free and you don't need any technical skills to get started. By the end of the course, you'll have the knowledge to design your own WordPress website. Okay, so that is the message. And this is, as I mentioned, resulted in more than 5,000 subscribers. Right, so this message here, what makes it really, really work is it needs to go to targeted people. So the question that I asked you about, does this make you want to click? Now, those of you that have said yes, I mean, you were curious to find out how this would work for you, right? So for those of you that said no, maybe this message is not directed to you specifically, because how you want to direct people to that, because this message that I have here may not have an effect on someone that doesn't care about transforming their lives. Okay, so if they saw this, they wouldn't care. But imagine now if, let's say, you ran an ad on Facebook and you're targeting people that want self-improvement. This is where now you'll see those conversions getting even higher because you're targeting specific people. Even on YouTube, if you ran an ad that's targeted, like in my case, I did my ad targeted at people who are interested in web design, e-commerce, and that kind of stuff. And straight away, that ad is shown to that demography, not everybody else. So this, again, is very, very important because when you create your pages, when you create your landing pages, they need to be going to a targeted audience. It's not supposed to be for everyone, because once you do that, you'll realize that your message doesn't go very far. So I only target those that want to learn how to design websites and turn their website into something that can help their business, their career, or if they're a freelance designer, this can also help them. So it's not targeting everyone. So this is something also I need to mention that is very, very important. This page, when you're promoting it, make sure you're promoting it to people that are interested in that particular field. Right, I can see here there's quite a few questions coming in. Okay. Okay, so let's continue. Right, so here, what you can also do is to split test. Okay, now split testing is very important because you can try around headings and headlines. Now, there is no way of knowing that this particular headline that I've just created is going to work unless you split test. So you can test different headlines, different description texts of how that page, how that message is. So tend to play around with it, use different wording, and then that could actually help you see which one works better. Because in a split test, your pages are shown to, two versions of your pages are shown to 50% of the visitors that come. So 50% see one version, the other 50% sees the other one. And this is also in Divi itself. So Divi does also split testing. So now I'll show you, how that works. All right, so let's dive in and let's do the how-to on how I created this page quickly, because you may want to know, of course, how to create these landing pages. So if I show you how to do this one, you can always go ahead and design, as many landing pages as you can. All right, so we're going to start now. And before we get started, today's episode is made possible by divicake.com. Check out their huge selection of Divi themes, layouts, and plugins. The link to that is in the description below. Right, so I'm going to start here by creating a brand new page. So I'm going to come over here. In fact, I'm going to open a new tab because I want to keep this one here open. Let's cancel this. Right, so I'm going to open a new tab and just design a new layout. Okay, so I'm going to go here into my dashboard, pages, click on add new. And then we're going to call this page. Okay, let's call this page landing page 2. Because I think I have landing page 1. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and click on use the Divi builder. In fact, before we do that, it's also very important that over here on the templates, we change it to a blank template, because landing pages should not, and I need to re-emphasize this, landing pages should not have a header and a footer, because that's distracting. We want the page and the message on the page to be specific, one call to action, and that's it. Okay, so we don't want anyone to click on it, on the links on the header or on the footer. Okay, so make sure this template here is turned to blank. Right, so next we're going to click here on use the Divi builder. So here we have a choice of using the, of building from scratch or choosing a pre-made layout. Now, we don't have a lot of landing pages here that would like to use for our example. So I'm going to come back over here to build from scratch. And then we're going to start with a single column. So this is where we're going to have our heading, and this needs to be a text module. Okay. So here, what I normally do is, I just highlight the text and change this to a heading. So let's make this a heading 2. Right. So for this one here, in fact, let's leave the heading as it is, and then let's just center it. So if I come over here, I can just scroll down and text orientation, center. Save that. Next, I'm going to add another text module. So I'm going to click this plus button here. So this is where my description is going to go. And then again, I'm going to come over here to design, text, and then we're going to center this as well, and then save. Right, so the next stage now is to add another row, another section. I'll click this plus button here, a regular section, and then in here, we're going to add an opt-in form. Okay, so I'm just going to add my opt-in. Right, so next, what I need to do is to scroll down here and choose how I want my fields to show. So over here, I can choose to either have the first name, last name. It's important that if you're just collecting leads, the last name is not necessary. So just leave it as the first name and email. Okay. And then over here on the success message, you want to add your message here. So you could say, thank you. Now check your email to download the ebook or whatever it is that you're giving away, right? Or it could be, if it's a discount, you could say, now check your email for the discount code. Okay, so that's what comes here on the success message. And you can also have it as a specific page. So if you create a specific page, like a thank you page, and choose to have the message on that particular thank you page, this is where you'd add your redirect URL. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this as it is for now. We don't have to link the module, that's fine. Now over here on the background, we might as well change our background color. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a color to this background. So I'm going to go with orange. I want something vibrant, something, happy. Okay. So now that I have my background, let's come over here to design. Click on layout. So maybe we may not want this text over here on the left and the right, because I want this to be as simple as and as easy on the eye as it is for my visitors. So if I come over here, I can click here on the different way I can display my form. So just by changing it on body on top, form on bottom, you can see here that this has changed. Right. So back over here, this text that I have, the title text, I don't need that. So I'm just going to get rid of it there. Okay. So this is where now I can adjust my text and just say, enter your email below. And download the, okay, let's just call this the success formula. Okay, so now that I have this, all I have to do now is to just center it. So I'm just going to highlight it all, center that. Right, so that's our opt-in. That's great. I'm going to save this. Now, when it comes here to the top, sometimes I've seen landing pages that are totally white without any color on them, and they really convert very, very well. So this is not a time to add all these gizmos and try to make it all fancy. Sometimes being simple and straight to the point actually communicates better. So it's about the message and what it is that you're promising your visitors to achieve after they've signed up. So that is what is very, very important. So this message here could be anything. It could be, maybe if you're into dog training, you could say, discover my 5 tips that I used to make my dog do such and such and such. I mean, I can't give you a specific example about dog training because, I'm not a dog owner myself, but if there's something that you've achieved, like a result, that's the result that you're giving if people opt in. Do you see what I mean? So that is very, very important. So it can be also dieting. You could say, discover how I managed to burn 5 kilos of fat in less than a month without even dieting. Now, you see, people want to see that. How did you lose 5 kilos of fat without dieting? And then you could say, if you sign up below, I will share with you the type of food that I ate. So that is how you would craft that message. Now, this message here, and again, I need to reemphasize this message is not going to everyone, right? Across the board. This is going to people that are interested in dieting or healthy living and stuff like that. And how do you find these people? When you go to Facebook, you can really target these people on Facebook groups. You can actually run ads that specifically go to these demographies. I mean, just like dog training, dieting, fitness, entrepreneurship, blogging, how to make money online. So all these landing pages that we're going to create need to be targeted to those specific groups, or run ads targeting those specific groups. And I hope it makes sense. So, I mean, if what I'm saying makes sense, please let me know in the comments box. Does it make sense? If it does, yes. If it doesn't, say no in the comments box. Okay, come on, guys. Does what I'm saying make sense? If yes, just say yes in the comments box. If it's still confusing, say no, so I can find another way to try and explain what I mean by this. Okay, I can hear Monique. Okay, so far we have Israel saying it makes sense. Monique, yes. Carla, Brenda, Carmen, all these are yeses. Fantastic. I mean, where's everybody else? Anyways, okay, so let's go ahead now and finalize the design of our landing page. Okay, so I'm going to switch again over back to my desktop here. Oh wow, fantastic! You know what, Monique? I'm going to use your example now in this for this. So fantastic! Thank you very much for that. So I'm just going to copy And this is right copy. In fact, this is great because, sometimes when I use dummy text, it doesn't really give you the context of what it is that you can replace that dummy text with. So, Monique, thank you very much. I'm going to use this now so everyone can see this. Okay, I'm going to switch back over here to my computer. Okay, let me answer this question quickly by Agante. And Agante says, do you feel that people are leaving Facebook? My answer to that is no. I don't feel that people are leaving Facebook. Sometimes what happens online is when a few people decide to do something, they're very vocal. And it may give an impression that a lot of people are actually leaving Facebook. But if you really look at it, when Facebook was created, it's all about being social, sharing our what we're doing, sharing pictures and all of that. So it's a form of keeping in touch. Now, what I will say is Facebook now has started to get a different demography. So like the millennials or the younger people are not really now engaging on Facebook. They're going more onto Instagram, right? But then again, that Instagram is owned by Facebook. So that was a very smart move there by Facebook, because now Facebook, I think, is for the more mature people. I mean, the youngsters, you don't really find them on Facebook. At least that's what I've found in my research, and also in the news that I hear, and from like proper research. So yes, there are people leaving, but it's not really damaging anything. It's just that it's sort of like sieving itself and keeping those who are most likely to engage more. Because if you really think about it, if you go to like groups on Facebook that are very engaging, you're most likely going to stay there. I mean, why would you leave? Because these groups are important. This is your passion maybe, and this is something where you want to get updates, see what people are doing. So in that regard, I think people are still connected. And also in terms of communication, people are still using it. There's quite a lot of comments coming through. Okay, Sonia says people are going to more groups on Facebook. Absolutely, because as human beings, we love communities. Even if you look at our life off of Facebook, we want to be a part of something, right? Be it, your local church, be it a tennis club, be it a golf club. So this is how people now are really engaging in this group. So people are still on Facebook, and we still have that opportunity to target those groups with the products that we have or services that we have. Okay, right. So let's continue here, and let's use Monique's heading here, or description. Right. So I'm gonna add this here. Okay. So discover the tools that I use to get accepted to Harvard. Sign up below and download my ebook. Okay, that's brilliant. So over here on the top, so Monique, I'm going to let you lead this now. What can we say there on the top as the main title for this? Sonia says, now that grabs me. Fantastic. Do you want to go to Harvard? Fantastic. I like that. I really like that. Okay. So where this would work, and I'm sure all of you can agree with me there, is if we try to, what have I done here? Okay, so I'll go in and fix this. So I think most of you would agree with me if I were to run an ad or to show this page to just anybody on Facebook or anyone on Google, they wouldn't want to see this because they don't care about Harvard. But what if you target people that are interested in studying at Harvard and that is possible, you know. So that, I think, you can. Okay, we also have here a suggestion from Agante, how to get. Oh, where is it? The comments are coming too fast now. Let me see. I like that. How to get into Harvard in a few easy steps. That could work as well. Okay, so let's do this. So now I'm going to go back to the message and let's add that on the top here. Okay, so no, this is the title, sorry. So let's use that as the title because that one there grabs your attention. So I'm going to go back to this one here on the top. Right. Okay, so this is going to be our title. And I'm going to make it nice and big. Highlight it all and make this heading 2. I'm going to save that and then we're going to come over here. And we're going to go into our text and also make some adjustments to that. Make it bigger. Okay, not too big. So 22, I think is fine. And then we're going to add some line height as well. 1.8. And the sizing, we're going to come over here and just change this width to about 80% and center it. Okay, so that's nice and easy. I'm going to save this. So what you want to do now is to add an image here for this background to just put a bit of context to this. So I'm going to click here on the settings, click on background, and then I'm going to add a background image. So I have an image here already in my media library. So I'm just going to go with this one here. But of course, you want to use an image that works with what it is that you're trying to promote here. Okay, so another way as well is for Harvard. In this case, you could have maybe even an image of the university that makes it recognizable that it's Harvard. Okay, so now with that, the next thing we're going to do now is to just make our text here stand out because we do want to make sure that people that it's easy for people to read this text. So as you can see here, it's blending into the background and you can't really read this. So let's fix that. So a quick way to fix this is by just coming over here to the background and adding a background color. Normally I use black because that works very well if you want to have light text. Okay, so next you want to come over here back to this tab, and then, in fact, you know what? This is crazy. I'm going through here and I'm not even showing you my screen. Right, okay, sorry about that. Let me start all over again. Okay, so I'm just going to close this. Right, okay, so this is where I started. Okay, right, so let me add my background image here. So I'm going to click here on my section settings, click on background. So the first thing we're going to do is to add an image. So I'm going to click this plus button here and add my image, upload an image. And then next, I want to come over here to my background and add a background color like that. And then back over here on my image, you want to scroll down until you find image blend and then click on multiply. At first, it just gives you this black background covering the image, but then it's quite easy. All you have to do now is to go back to the background tab, and then you want to drag the slider down until we see a bit of the image, just like that. Okay, so I think that's fine. In fact, okay, so let's leave it there at 0.8. Right, so I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to come back over here and just change my text to white. So I'm going to come over here to design, text, turn this to white. In fact, I need to make sure I'm doing it on the right text. Okay, so there we go. So now that's white, and then we come over here to the description. Same thing, we're going to click here on this gear icon. And then we're going to go into our color, make it white. Okay, that's brilliant. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to just go in here and just make sure that this description text is closer to the title there. So again, I'm going to click here on my settings, and then I'm going to come over here to design, spacing, and then I'm just going to use margin top. As you can see, as I'm dragging it up there, it's getting closer to the top, which is brilliant. So -18 will work fine, and then save that. Next, I want to make sure that we see more of this image. So to do that, all I have to do is to activate this chain, right, and add some padding, just like that. Or then the other way you could do this is by coming over here to this row, click on design, spacing, and then you want to activate this chain for custom margin, and then add the margin both to the top and the bottom just by dragging it like that. Okay, so I'm going to set it to about 100. I'm going to save that. Now we want this form to come over here into this area, and to do that, all you have to do is to click here on the row settings, click on design, spacing, and then we're going to do a negative margin. So I'm going to drag this all the way up. As you can see here, as I'm dragging this, it's going up into that area. Okay, so let's set it about minus 200. Great. And then save that. So now we see that the distance between this row and this opt-in form is too much. So again, we can go in here, click on design, spacing, and then we can break this chain and just reduce that like that. Okay, so that's looking much better now. Let's save. Now, one thing that you may want to do as well is to maybe come in here and add some rounded corners and add more space between the opt-in form. So I can click here, and then you could say, come over here to design, go to spacing. No, in fact, we need to go to border. Add 5 pixels to the border, and this 5 pixels will be applied, around. Okay. Next, I'm going to come over here to spacing, and then we're going to add some padding. In fact, I think I'm doing this on the wrong thing. Let me close this. Okay, so back over here. I'm going to come over here to design, border, and then we're going to add 5 pixels around. And then what we're going to do next is to add some padding into this form. So I'm going to come over here to spacing, activate my chains, and then I'm going to add some padding. Okay, save that. All right, so that's our basic page. So now that we have this page all set, what we could also do, because this is about convincing people to sign up onto our page. So what you want to do here is to add another section. So let's say we go and add a regular section. And this time we're going to add a counter, right? So I'm going to search for it. Number counter. So here's now where it gets interesting. So we could say, we can add a number and say, let's say 500 successful students, okay? Okay, so this is your success so far. So in fact, let me add the number here. So let's say 500 students. In fact, it's set to percentage, so we need to change that. Okay, so 500 successful students. Let's be more specific. 500 successful students have been admitted. No. Is that right to say admitted? Can you help me here? 500 students that have successfully applied. Could we say that? Guys, I need your help here. So what can we say here? 500. Oh, that's simple. 500 students have been accepted. Right. Okay, fantastic. 500 students have been accepted. Okay, great. Okay, now what this does as well is it makes, or enrolled as well. Accepted, yes. Enrolled, yes. Fantastic. So this message that I've just entered here, I'm sure you can agree again that before someone signs up and they see that 500 have been accepted, that's going to make them even want to sign up even more. All right, because some of these triggers here are very, very important. Something else that also makes people want to sign up is testimonials. So if people start seeing testimonials, they're more likely to want to get engaged even more, because there are people that have been successful in whatever it is that you want to show people to achieve. So testimonials are also very, very important. Figures, numbers, stats, also that is very, very important. Right. Yes, Aganti says, are already part of a great community of leaders. Okay, yes, that's also very important, because it's showing that this actually works and there's a group of people that are already there. So as you can see here, the way we're crafting this is to make it very easy for the person that lands on the page to want to sign up, because we're making the job easier, because they don't have to ask all these questions now. How many people have really signed up for this? Does this really work? So that makes people doubt if it really works. But if you say, look, here are what these 10 people are saying about this product or about this service, and they're giving testimonials, that makes it even easier. Okay. Shano says, any update on MU courses? Yes, the courses are underway. They're being developed at the moment. So hopefully in the new year, we should have about 2 courses up and running. The 2 specific ones are, in fact, it's going to be 3. The updated Divi Blueprint 3 course, the new WordPress Mastery course based on Gutenberg, how to design a membership website, and how to create an e-learning website. And then the other one, which is the web design formula, that one there is going to be released in modules, because it's a much bigger course. So yes, they are underway. In fact, I will be announcing what's going to be happening after today until the new year. So let's leave that towards the end, if you don't mind. Okay. The question here from Monique is saying, could you have a testimonial or 2? Absolutely, absolutely. The testimonial is very, very, very important. And this is why I'm specifically really highlighting this, because it makes it easier for people to want to sign up onto that program. In fact, you know what? Let's add some testimonials on this page. And what I will do as well is I will make this page accessible to anyone who wants to use this as their template to create their own landing page. Okay? Does that sound like a deal? Okay, cool. Right, so I'm going to go back over here. Let's continue designing this. This time I'm going to make sure I have my screen selected. Right, okay. So what we want to do is this message here, we can actually drag this, add it to the top, and make it, one of the first things, people see at the top, because that way it's attractive and it's in the right place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and adjust my colors. Okay, so let's, right. Now, by really highlighting this as well, I think it's quite important, because it's really emphasizing, what it is happening here. So 500 successful students have been accepted. Okay, how to get into Harvard, easy steps. Right, so this can either be all the way here on the top, or it can be just on the bottom here. So let's just drag it to the bottom there. Okay, just like that. Okay, that's even better. So I'm going to go in and change. In fact, 500 is more of a round figure. Why don't we add something that's more realistic? Okay, so let's say 684. Okay. Right, so now we need to go in and fix our colors. So I'm going to come over here to design. So let's make this color here a bit bright so it's noticeable. And then on the size here, I'm just going to reduce this to about maybe 48 because it doesn't have to be that big. Next, I'm going to come over here to the description text and I'm going to change the color to white. Okay, that's great. And what we may also want to do is just to separate this from everything else is to have a border around it. So let's come over here to border. Okay, so we're going to add our border there. We're going to give our border a color. Okay, 1 pixel will do. And then we're going to go over here to sizing. Okay, so I think 48 is perfect for this. And then I'm also going to come over here to spacing. And let's add some padding. So we're going to add some padding both to the top and the bottom. Okay, so I think that looks great now. So just to go through this one more time, how to get to Harvard in a few easy steps, discover the tools that are used to get accepted into Harvard, sign up below to download my ebook. And then right after that, we have these students that have been accepted. And then here, download, blah, blah, blah. Right. So on the bottom here now, this is where you want to have our testimonials. Okay. So let's add our testimonial. Okay, I'm going to select this. So these are going to be our testimonials. So we can have quite a few of these. So in fact, I won't go in and design this. I'm just going to add an image here in the contents. So I'm going to choose an image. So I'm going to go with this one here. Okay, so that one is fine. And again, we're keeping this as simple as we can. We don't want to make this very, very complicated. Now, this quote sign here on the top, I don't really like that. So I normally disable it like that. So I'm just going to save this. And then here, I'm just going to create or add a background just to distinguish, what I have here on the opt-in form and what's here on the bottom. But you can leave it blank if you want to. Okay, so now I'm going to add a background color here. But of course, that's too dark. So I'm just going to reduce this to about a very light gray like that and then save. Right. So what you want to do here is to add a title to this as well. So I'm going to add a module. It's going to be a text module. And then let's call this successful candidates or successful students. Okay, I'm going to save that and then I'm going to drag this to the top like that. So now that becomes our title and then we can go in and, style it, make it more prominent. And then over here on the sizing, I'm going to make this slightly bigger. Maybe 24 is fine. Okay, so we're going to leave that at 24, save that. And then all you have to do, because all these testimonials are going to be the same, you need to just duplicate this a few times. So I will go with maybe 3 or 5. I like going with odd numbers. 2 doesn't really look exciting. So I normally go with 3 or 5. But again, you don't want to put too many because it looks like, you're trying too hard to convince. So 5, I'll say max 5 is fine. So let's go ahead now and change these images. Because we don't want to have the same image. Okay, so we're going to go with that one. Save. Click here in this gear icon. And then for the image, again, we're going to delete this one here, add our own. And I'm going to go with, I'll go with this one here, upload an image. Okay, so now we have our testimonials, just like that. Now, if you're featured maybe in a magazine or you're featured somewhere, you can always go in and also add that information on this landing page. But these elements here are good enough for us to entice people to leave their information or their name and email as our leads. Okay, yes, I will add the page on Slack as well. So everyone can actually use this as a base template. So all you have to do is to just go in and replace the text that we have here with your own text. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could add animation, but you know what? Like I said, you want to keep this as simple as we can. Okay, so any questions so far? Any questions so far? Now, what I'm showing you here is real. These landing pages, they convert. They're very, very powerful. I was actually so amazed by how my landing page for the free WordPress course really performed well. I mean, over 5,500 subscribers. That is huge. That is huge. It's phenomenal, and I'm really, really excited about that. And one more secret, because I like to share everything with you guys. I didn't really spend money on promoting that, and that is because I create a lot of tutorials, and in those tutorials I direct people to that landing page. So this is another strategy that you can actually use to use these tutorials to direct people to your landing page if you don't want to spend money on creating your list. But you know what? From the research that I've done, from some of the courses that I've done as well, I've really seen that this gives you a lot of results when you really target the people that you want to target. Now, just to give you another clear example is if you went to, let's say, a community of vegans, and you tried to sell meat, right, to that community, it wouldn't work. Absolutely not. So this is why in the upcoming courses, I want to be talking about how to do online marketing and how to target your audiences online, because I think this is very important. I'm not of the idea that just learning how to design a website is enough. I really want to, by the end of the year, all you guys in the Mac University membership, I want you to develop skills on how to make these websites functional. That's my dream. I'd like you to say, right, you know what? I've learned how to build a website. It's not just standing there doing nothing, but you know what? I'm actually attracting the right people to my message. This is the end goal. Whether we're making money with it or whether we're just creating a community, of your own, I think that needs to be the ultimate goal, because this is the part where people get really, really scared. So I want to be able to show you how to do this. Even I used to be scared myself. In fact, just to tell you a quick story. As I'm doing these videos, it may come across like maybe I've done some media training, or I've learned how to present on camera and so on. Everything that I'm doing here on this channel, including my web designs, everything was self-taught. Everything. But for me to come out of my shell and start presenting these videos, it took me a very, very long time. My background was in fine art. I used to draw a lot, and I used to be really, really good at drawing. But transitioning from that to coming online was a struggle. I had so much doubt. I didn't have confidence in myself at all. The only time, if you have a chance, if you go back to my YouTube channel and see my first video that I did, that video took me more than 3 years to do. 3 years. That video took me more than 3 years to do. And the reason why I say that is because I didn't think I was good enough at all. So when I posted that first video, and I got some comments saying, oh, I like the way you've explained how to achieve this result. It was, in fact, I remember this very well. It's how to make your images look beautiful in 3 easy steps. That video really boosted my confidence, because now I had people all over the world saying, oh, that video was good. We like the way you explained it. It's fantastic. But you know what? That confidence was very short-lived, because when I created more videos, I started getting abusive messages. I started getting people saying all this crazy stuff on my videos, and that affected me even more, right? But my message to you is, however you feel right now about your confidence of whether you can do this or whether you can do that, you just have to stay focused, keep practicing, you will get good, and don't focus on your fears. Focus on what you can achieve, because that is very, very powerful. If you focus on your fears, you'll lose energy. You won't feel like you want to do anything or want to try anything, right? Focus on on what you can achieve. That is where the power is. That is where you're going to get most of your energy. Okay, so even in all of this, this may seem overwhelming. How do I design all these websites? How can I even make create a landing page which people will, what if they don't come? What if this? What if this? You see, those things are things that draw us, that pull us back. We need to keep trying, and I'm hoping that this community is a community which is going to enable us to push each other and encourage each other. If you're going to criticize each other, it needs to be constructive criticism, and that's my dream with this, because I want to look back on this and hear a lot of feedback and also testimonials saying, look, this community has helped me achieve this. This is where I started and this is where I am now. This is all about progress, okay? We want progress. So by the end of, say, 6 months or a year, we want to be able to say, I started here and this is where I am. It's not easy. I struggle with this myself, but it takes, you have to be resilient. You have to be positive, and you have to force yourself to be positive, because you know what? Sometimes when you get negative people, telling you, oh, you're not good at this, or this is rubbish, or whatever, some of them even abusive. If you focus on that and not focus on people that you're helping, you've lost it. You're actually being unjust to those that want to learn from you. So this is what I want to say to you. You just have to keep trying. I'm here to share my knowledge as much as I can, to help you when you get stuck. So this is why I'm trying to, create all these communities, come online, hear your questions so that I can help you. Because when you see me presenting today, it may seem like, oh, it's easy for me. Trust me, it's very, very difficult. And it's been very, very difficult as well for me to be even presenting, to this level. And everything is self-taught. So I just want to make everyone out there who have a bit of self-doubt to say, look, you're not alone. Even me, even Mac University, believe it or not, sometimes I think to myself, will this work? I don't think this will work. What if they don't like this? I do have those thoughts, but you know what keeps me going? It's your positive feedback. It's me seeing your comments in Slack, me seeing you showing up on these live streams. So you need to create something for yourselves. Now, sorry to go out on a tangent. So I didn't mean to do this, but I just thought it's very important for me to say this for those of you who have this doubt. So I just want to take a quick look here at these comments. There's quite a few comments that were coming through here. Right. Okay. There's a question here on which email service that I use. I use ConvertKit. I highly recommend ConvertKit because it is, first of all, very easy to use, and in the long run, it's going to work out very cheap for you, because with MailChimp, although they are like the market leader, but the way they handle the contacts, it's not really good, because let's say on your website you have two opt-in forms, or two like what we've just created. Let's say you have two of them. One is for Black Friday. One is for maybe a New Year giveaway. In MailChimp, these two, although they use the same email to sign up for these two opt-ins, they are considered as two. So they're duplicated. So if they sign up for three, they're counted as three contacts. Whereas in ConvertKit, the same email is given a tag. So you're given a tag for Black Friday, and you're also given a tag for, let's say, New Year offer or 10% discount offer. So in the long run, it works cheaper for you, and it's also easy to use. And also, if you haven't noticed, I created a course on ConvertKit. It's also in your library of courses. So you have ConvertKit. You can go in there, take a look at ConvertKit, the course, and just see, how easy it is to use. And if you if you like it, or if you have any more questions, you can always ask me, and I'll be very happy to help you. Come through any questions that you may have, because that's what I use myself, and I try to recommend things that I use myself. Because that way it's genuine, and if I need to help, I can help you, and I can speak about these products, with confidence. Right. Yes. I just felt with the pep talk, I just felt like I needed really to say something, because it can be overwhelming sometimes when you're about to start something, and the confidence is what really pulls you back. So I'm here to share with you as much as I can. And also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask questions. Let's all help each other. In fact, what happened today was so beautiful. As I was trying to create this landing page, and this is crazy, and I want to be honest with you, right? When I created this, the heading for the landing page example that I gave you, right? In my opinion, I thought that was like fantastic. It was brilliant. I thought it worked. And then when I got the no's, I started doubting myself. I was like, maybe it doesn't really work, right? But I had to quickly turn the switch in my head and say, well, we can't say it's 100% works, or it doesn't work 100% unless it's tested. So ideally, maybe if I had a split test and share that, then I could say, well, you may think it doesn't work, but look, 90% signed up. So that's how I had to flip my way of thinking. And this is how it needs to be. Sometimes when you doubt yourself, you have to find a way of bouncing back. And the other beautiful thing that happened today was, as I was doing my demo here, and this is why I like doing it live, even though I make mistakes and I stumble, I think live is more important, because when Monique and Agante, when you guys jumped in and you gave me a topic to work with, it put everything into context. And this now is a message which anyone can resonate with. They can read this and say, yeah, I think that actually works, because this message here, you can read that and say, okay, that's great. And I think in the future as well, as we build these landing pages, promotional pages for our own websites, I think it's a good idea for us to actually look at each other's landing pages and see or help each other and make these pages convert, or even give each other ideas of how we can improve these landing pages, because sometimes you can think that is fantastic until you hear maybe a suggestion from someone else. So this is what we want to do in the future for these landing pages. Stanley says, can I create a landing page on Blogspot? To be honest, Blogspot, the last time I used that was like ages ago. So this, I'm sure you can. In fact, let me be honest with you. I don't know if you can, because I don't think you have the flexibility of doing what we've just done in today's tutorial. So I don't think it's possible, but you can always go ahead and try it out. But Blogspot is something that I used like over, I would say maybe even over 8 years ago, and I haven't even gone back to it. So I don't know. Johnny says, when is Divi and ClickFunnels coming? Right. In fact, Johnny, the video is not ready yet. In fact, if I could show you, in fact, let me see if I can show you. Where's my ClickFunnels page? I actually signed up for ClickFunnels to go back in. And where is it? Where's my ClickFunnels? Right, I closed my tab. Right. Johnny, the ClickFunnels video is coming. I'm still finalizing, the ins and outs of the comparisons, because if those of you out there are not sure or don't know what ClickFunnels is, it's a page. It's like a page builder that is based on landing pages and high converting landing pages. Now, this product, ClickFunnels, is crazy well promoted, and it's really good. But the more I looked at it, in fact, let me open the page so I can show you what it looks like. Well, I'm just going to switch over here to my desktop. Oh yeah, in fact, we can see here, this is my account. Okay, so Johnny, I have actually signed up for ClickFunnels for me to be able to go in and compare and create my tutorial. Okay, so Johnny, hopefully you can see this page. Right, so that's my account right there. So what ClickFunnels is basically a series of pages that you can create. So mostly they start with a landing page similar to what we've just created. So here you can see collect emails, sell your product, host a webinar. So if you want to collect emails, you click here on this, and then you can give it a name. I'm just going to give it a a rough name there. Build a funnel. Okay. So right now it's loading all the landing pages. It's taking a while, but this product is very popular out there for entrepreneurs and those that want to build their mailing list, which is exactly what we were doing today. But what it is the reason why I would prefer to use Divi is because, first of all, it comes with our normal plan. Now, take a look here at how much this costs. Okay, $297 per month. And guys, this is crazy. $297 per month just for you to build these landing pages. So if you look at this at the tutorial that we did today and you think, okay, well, I might not need it, there are companies out there like ClickFunnels who are charging $297 just to have a series of landing pages, no email account. These series of pages are just like a page builder where you just create it like how we did. And with ClickFunnels, you're paying $97 a month. It doesn't even have the email option, so you still have to use ConvertKit as your email service. So they're just providing you with a page builder. And you know what? The page builder they have is not as good as Divi, because Divi is much easier to use, and they're charging $97 a month, $297 a month, and they are making so much money with entrepreneurs and small business owners. So this is why I'm bringing this to your attention and say, look, all these companies out there that you see that are selling products or selling services, they use ClickFunnels, 4 pages. The first page is, would you like a free consultation on blah, 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 opt in. When they opt in, there's someone there at the office who does a follow-up call via the phone, right? And confirmation email to say, thank you, you know, your sign up is now recorded, and here's, you know, the day you need to come in. Just those 4 pages, and businesses are running on that. And this is why I'm saying to you, with this Divi install that we have, we can do a lot with it. So I'm going to adopt all these skills that I've learned from ClickFunnels and all these other services where you pay so much money, and try and replicate that in Divi, because no one out there is teaching this. And yet we're sitting on a gold mine. For those of us who want to go into business, we are sitting on a gold mine. And if we create our own landing pages, confirmation pages, and upsell pages, you know, we can achieve quite a lot with this. So this is why I thought I would, you know, show you these services like ClickFunnels. In fact, if you go onto ClickFunnels, watch their videos, it's a mass movement. In fact, you may feel like you want to sign up right away. That's how good their marketing is. But really, when you go into it and you really observe and analyze what is happening, it's just a page builder, which has a series of pages, 4 or 5 pages, and that's it. So this is why these landing pages, I think, are very important. Okay, let's take a look here. Do we have any? I think I've closed my tab. Right. My YouTube tab is gone. I'm just opening my YouTube tab now. Okay, here we go. Sonia says, thank you for sharing. I'm trying to get my business going. Fantastic. And hopefully, you know, we can be touching on those topics as well moving forward. Agante says, okay, it is popular. Is it good? It does the job, no doubt about it. But if you're someone who's starting off, $297 per month is a lot of money. I mean, to be honest, you got to have your business in place, all the structures in place. This is not a, oh, let me try it out and see how it works. $297 a month is a lot of money for what it does for you, because we can do each and everything that they are advertising in Divi, okay? Divi and ConvertKit. And that's no way. I mean, in fact, with Divi, all you have to do is to buy your license, $89 or $289 for lifetime. And that's like your yearly investment. And then all you need is your email provider, which can be ConvertKit, and you're up and running. So ClickFunnels, their page builder, is nowhere near close to the page builder that Divi has, because Divi has been on this for a very, very long time. And also ClickFunnels, it's a system that's based on their platform. It's not like a page builder you should download and start using. It's based on their platform. So you are sending all the traffic, all the advertising to their platform, right? It's not yours. So we have a massive advantage here of having Divi on our own website and also replicate what ClickFunnels can do. Right. Exactly. ClickFunnels costs more in a month than Divi Lifetime. Absolutely. So although don't get me wrong. I'm not saying ClickFunnels doesn't work, because if it didn't work, they'll be out of business. It works 100%. But the price you're paying for what's coming out for what you're getting, it's not worth it. Seriously, guys, it's not worth it. I've used it. Then that is why I want to compare it side by side. It's not worth it. So we are actually sitting on a gold mine. Even I haven't really used a lot of what Divi can do for us. I mean, Divi has split testing on headlines. You can split test sections, rows, headlines, colors, buttons. You can split test almost anything in Divi. But you see, a lot of people don't even know that these features exist in Divi, right? So ClickFunnels, they do a very good job of their marketing. Don't get me wrong, they do a fantastic job of their marketing, but $297 a month? No, especially if you're starting off. I mean, even right now at my stage of Mac University, I can't even afford $297. I'll be honest with you. Okay? Right. Brenda, yes, you can use ConvertKit for 2 separate businesses. Absolutely. All you have to do is to create different lists. So you can create opt-in forms for different businesses in that account. Like, for example, my ConvertKit account, I've got my wife's opt-ins in there as well, because she has a blog that she's building. So she also has her form in that same account as well. So absolutely, you can do that. And when you send emails out, you can specify where you want those emails to go to, which is also very, very easy. Marco, yes, maybe that's something that we can do in the future. Jamari, yes. What we're actually going to do in the future, depending on how you guys are interested in this, we are going to be, I am going to be creating landing pages, thank you pages, similar to what we created today. So I'm going to have quite a lot of these different versions of these landing pages in the members area, because I really want you guys to understand the power of these landing pages. You know, companies like ClickFunnels, they are making millions and millions and millions. And I'm saying like seriously millions because of these landing pages that they have. So why don't we use, you know, the tools that we have to create all this? Okay, so I'll be having all these landing pages all designed for you as well. So again, even the one that we've just created today, I'm gonna save this and have it add it to the members area as well. Okay, so Israeli's question. Let me see. I'm gonna scroll up here. What does Israeli say? How many landing pages do you think is appropriate to have? It depends with your business. So let's say you are creating, okay, let's give my example, Mac training. So I can have a landing page maybe which says 10% discount on Mac membership. You know, that's pretty much what I need. Or I can split test that same landing page and say 10% discount or 7-day trial, and then see which one is responding more. So you don't have to have, 500 landing pages. No, not at all. So you can have your landing pages based on the service that you're trying to give, or based on the leads that you're trying to attract. So it can be based specifically on that. Okay, so you don't have to have a lot of landing pages. But the reason why I'm going to have quite a lot of different designs of landing pages in the members area is because you can pick and choose which one you want to go with. So that's why we're going to have different types. But you don't have to have a lot. So I hope that answers that, unless there's another question here. Shanor, your question on, please, can you make videos on all Divi modules? There are quite a few videos. If you go on my YouTube channel that I've made on the modules, take a look at those. Right. Okay. So we're coming to the end of our live stream. So if there's any questions, please enter your questions in the comments box. In fact, I've got a question here from Marco saying, why Photoshop and not Sketch? Photoshop, first of all, is the most popular and most accessible, and that's the tool that I've been using for all these years. So you can do quite a lot in Photoshop as compared to Sketch. Sketch is more like it's more like Illustrator, so it doesn't have all the tools that you may need to make specific changes to your images. Like, for example, color correction. I don't know how I could achieve that easily with Sketch. I mean, it may be possible, but when I used to use Sketch, it doesn't have all those features. But it's very good at prototyping, don't get me wrong. Sketch for prototyping is really, really good. But for preparing all your images and all of that, I think Photoshop is much, much better. Sonia says, smash the like button, folks. Yes, please, smash the like button. Smash the like button. Yes, I also have Jamari here saying Sketch might be good for wireframing concepts and designs. Absolutely. So Sketch, yes, is good for just, wireframing, but to really go in and make image manipulation, Sketch doesn't really do a good job of that. Okay. Okay, so one more time, let's take a look at our landing page. And as I said, I will be adding this landing page onto our downloads area, so you can go ahead and download it. Okay, where is it? Oh, here we go. So this is our landing page. So the beauty of this is you can always go in and change this background image completely. You can go in, change this text, and the description text as well. And then over here, you can change the background color of this form itself. And then, in fact, I'm looking at the wrong one here. Here we go. Okay. And then here you can add your own testimonials and so on. So I will be creating these landing pages, and this one here will be available very, very soon in our members area. And also here on this, you can also disable and delete stuff that you don't need. So for example, if you don't need this counter in your landing page, you can always go ahead and delete that like that, and then just customize it the way you want. Okay. All right, so I'd like to say to everyone that joined me today, thank you very much for joining. I really, really appreciate it. So the plan is between now and the 5th of January, behind the scenes, I'm going to be doing a lot of work, tidying up things in the members area, updating all the courses, and also just making sure that everything is running okay and it's running smoothly. So our next live stream, if it's okay with you guys, is going to be on January the 5th, because we just need time with this holiday coming up, just time to rest. And to be honest, streaming on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve, I don't think most people will be engaged in that anyway, because most people are traveling or they're with their families. So let's resume these live streams on January the 5th. There'll be a lot of tutorials that I'll be pushing out anyways, but it's just the live streams that I'm putting on hold. But behind the scenes, there's going to be quite a lot of work that's going to be done, and I will also be testing quite a lot of things behind the scenes, just to make sure that everything is working smoothly, because I really want the website to be stable and working efficiently. And this works out better for everyone, because then I won't really need to focus on the website itself, but rather creating the content. So everyone, I would like to say happy holidays. And if you have any questions still, I'll keep looking at my emails and also the support on macuniversity.com. Now, before you go, I would like a favor, please, because I would like to test this service called Demio. So if you can just bear with me, I just want to open it here and invite you to that link. Right, so the link is here. So if I could have a few of you to sign up onto that link, please, because I need to test and see if this service actually works. Let me post it one more time. So that's the link. Okay, so please, if I could have maybe 2 or 3 of you to help me out and just test the sound, the screen, just to make sure everything is working okay, because that's the service that I'm thinking of using in the next year. So I'd really appreciate it if you can help me with that, please. I've just posted the link in here. So, okay, that's strange, because I'm pasting it in, but it's not showing. Yeah, it's grayed out, it's not showing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just trying to think of the best way. Okay, let me send it on Slack. Okay, I'm just going to add it on Slack on the general section. So if I could have maybe 2 or 3 of you, please, to go to that link and just sign up for that. And then I'm going to do a few tests and see if this is going to work for us. So I'm going to post this in the general tab. Okay. Right, I've just posted it in the general. So please, okay, place it in your description. That's a good one. See, when you get tired, sometimes you stop thinking. There we go. I've just pasted it in my description. Okay, so it's in my description now. On Slack, it's in the general tab. Okay, so please, if you can go to that link, I'll really appreciate it. I won't take a lot of time. It's just testing it, maybe even 5-10 minutes. That's all I need, just to make sure everything is working okay. So, oh, Monique is connected to Demio. Fantastic. All right, guys. So I'd like to say happy holidays to everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you benefited a lot from this. And before you go, if you haven't liked this, please go ahead and like the video. Let's get it out there to as many people as we can. And I'll see you again January the 5th. If you have any issues logging onto the website, or if you have any questions, that's still open. You can still contact me. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good one.